Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and today I am passing through Brackettville, Texas, which is between San Antonio and Del Rio. And there are three things to see here in Brackettville. So first, I'm going to go north of town to the entrance to Alamo Village and tell you about that, and then keep going further north to Kickapoo Cavern State Park. And by the way, Kickapoo is the name of an Indian tribe that is from this part of Texas. And then I'm going to go and show you Fort Clark Springs, which is an old military fort that has now been transformed into a tourist and lodging attraction. Now, most towns in West Texas have very little, if anything, to see, but this really small town of Brackettville does have these three features, so I'm going to show you around. So this is the entrance to Alamo Village, and Alamo Village is a recreation of the Alamo and other buildings around it that was used to make the movie about the Alamo starring John Wayne. And many years ago, they used to have this place open to the public where you could come in and experience the Alamo buildings, and they would put on gunfights and things like that. But then many years ago they closed it and have not maintained it. Now, I have seen online fairly recent pictures of the buildings, which are crumbling, pretty bad shape, but they still do not want people going in, doing even more destruction, so they are keeping the gates locked. Got it chained up here. Let's see if we can read this sign. And this place is about 8 miles north of Brackettville. That is the entrance office. See what this says. I knew it was closed before I came here, but I was hoping that I could somehow find a way to sneak my motor scooter in so I could go in and take some video, but no, that's not going to be possible. In fact, I drove here earlier and I saw a police car and some policemen that were like guarding the place. So yeah, there it says State Police. Here's another police vehicle coming up. I wonder what they have going on in there. Well, I guess I better be on my way back. So this is Kickapoo Cavern State Park, and this place here is about 26 miles north of Brackettville. Here's a map of the park. And these are hiking trails they have all around. And they have a campground here with electric hookups. You want to be a park host? There's a job for you if you're into that. As you can see here, the park is open only Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And they give only one cave tour a week, which is on Saturdays at 1 p.m. And you do need to get a reservation in advance. Most likely, you either call that number or you can do it on their website. Unfortunately, I'm here on a Friday, and I don't want to hang around 24 hours so I can do the cave tour. So I'm not going to be able to show you that. They do have some nice campsites on gravel. They have water and 50, 30, 20 amp. And they have a nice picnic table, barbecue grill, and campfire here. So the good campsites, but I'm here on my motor scooter. Did not bring my motor home. I left it in Brackettville. So now I'm going to show you historic Fort Clark. where they have motel, restaurant, RV park, and an 18-hole golf course. Fort Clark has a campground and rooms to rent. Let me show you these statues over here. It's dedicated to the infantry regiments. And this over here is an eagle on a ball. Here's the entrance to the swim park. And you can see the pool over here. There's a lot of do nots here. And when there is a lifeguard on duty, I guess you swim at the lifeguard's risk. Let's take a close-up look at it. It is a really big swimming pool. Nice green color. It looks very clean. And then there's a pond over here that I don't think you want to swim in. There's a lot of algae and weeds floating around on the pond here. But water from the pond is flowing into the swimming pool. Pretty good rate. So I guess it has some way of exiting the water over there, it looks like. Here's another outlet from the pool with a little waterfall there into this canal. I'm going to see how cold the water is. Yeah, it is pretty cold. I wouldn't say ice cold, but it is certainly not warm. I wonder why there is something high voltage here. Looks like this is a pump, I guess, to pump water out into the canal. It's not swimming season yet. Certainly not warm enough to swim in here, so that's why you don't see any people around. And they have this building here with what looks like one of the biggest barbecue grills I've ever seen in my life. It could cook a lot of hamburgers on there. And there's a children's play area here. And across from that building is this other building that I guess the name of it is the Duck Inn. And I notice there is not a lot of seating for large groups. I guess they have ways of getting seating as they need it. Here's another part of the grounds where they have this abandoned building. And next to that is a theater. You see the marquee there? This is a theater building, and this tells about it. Here's a picture of it from 1930. It's a really large fort with a lot of buildings and open land like that. I wonder if this place is still open. They do have a museum here and a gift shop, but it's only open on weekends. And apparently Friday is not part of the weekend. Here's some kind of cart. Can't tell just what that's for. Sutter's store. This is the commissary, which is a huge building and still in pretty good condition. Here's a statue of a horse called Empty Saddle. Wonder what happened to its rider. Well, there's a lot more buildings here, but that gives you a good feel of what is at Fort Clark. If it was in the summer, I'd probably camp here and go swimming. Pretty nice place. Good day, folks.